Hello and welcome to another midweek message. Weather for a start, lightning, wind. Where are we? Tuesday afternoon, 2:30, 8th of whatever it is, November or something. Soon be the C word time coming up next month. Lashing rain, wind, well, the flag's twisted all around the pole. Wind blasting, I think, from the kind of southwest. Temperature is 13°C, which is 55 Fahrenheit. And the barometric pressure is 998 millibars. As I said last time, it's hardly worth doing a weather report because it's the same week in, week out. I might as well do one that takes us up to March, when hopefully the weather might not be lightning, thunder, rain, cold, wind. Now, the saga, I'm not going to bore you with this, but the saga, the continuing story of Payton Place. No, not Payton Place, continuing story of my dental problems. Do you remember Payton Place? That came out, I believe it was 64 in Britain, 1964. I was, 12? So I watched it for a couple of years or more, 64, 65, 12, 13. The reason I watched it was because I liked Alison Mackenzie, played by Mia Farrow. She was great. Of course, at that age, I'm starting to look at girls. And I used to love Payton Place coming on. I think it was on, was it 2 or 3 times a week at some stage? So I was always looking out for Alison Mackenzie. Dear, happy days. Anyway, the saga of my dental thing. Bit of bone sticking out like a needle, as you know, scraping my tongue whenever I spoke or I had something to eat, even in my sleep, scraping my tongue to shreds. I got fed up with it at the weekend, put my little finger in my mouth, and I managed to snap off this shard of bone. And I'm thinking, this is it. I can speak, I can eat, yay, I can sleep, which is the main thing. Well, it's all main things, isn't it? So Monday I was booked for the dentist. I went along there. I thought I'm going to tell him all about this and perhaps he can take out that little bit of bone that's still chipped off somewhere in my gum. Perhaps he can take it out. So I waited at the dentist and waited and waited. Eventually the receptionist came over and she said, look, I'm sorry, he's halfway through a very difficult extraction. Can we book you another appointment? He can't see you today. I said to her, I know what that's like. I've been there. I've had a very difficult extraction myself. Anyway, it's now next Monday. And I think all it is a check-up. I'm not going to worry about this bone business because all he'll do is have pound note signs come up in his eyes and rub his hands together and start booking his next holiday. So that's that. I can now speak. And you're thinking, oh, it was nice before you were quiet. No, I wasn't quiet. Just had a chat round. Got a leak. Have I told you about the roof's leaking? I've got a bowl here on my table over there and it's catching the water. Anyway, I said to him, it's probably the gullies. He said, yeah, the gullies either side of the dorm a bit. He said, OK, I'll get my ladder and have a quick look. He went up there, took a couple of tiles off, came back down. Yeah, it's the gullies. He said, I might as well do both sides. Yes, I said, yeah, that's what I thought. Then he said, of course, really, you need a new roof. What? A new roof? I said, why? He said, well, it's getting tired. He said, I look at the felt looks tired. Well, I've been up in the loft many times and the felt's good. The roof was new 30 or 40 years ago. Trish and I were just trying to work it out. We reckon about 30 years ago. We'll have to check that and get the exact year it was. And he said, I can do the gullies. I'll do you a quote for the gullies. But at some stage, you're going to need a new roof. So why pay out for the gullies when you might as well have the whole... And I said, no, we're not having a new roof. He said, look, I'll do you a quote for the gullies and a quote for the whole lot. I said, yeah, out of interest, you can do that, but I'm not having the roof done. So we had the saga, the continuing story of Payton Place, the continuing story of my broken bone in my jaw. I now feel it in my, talking of bones, I can feel it in my bones. We're going to have the continuing saga of the roof next. So I don't know. Anyway, Sunday's episode, next Sunday, I thought what we do is radio stations. I've done this before, I know, but I was on YouTube looking for something and I found some old Radio London, Radio Caroline pirate ship type stations, original recordings. And I just thought, this is fantastic. Nothing like today's modern rubbish. DJs today, with all due respect to DJs, there's a local one where it's not too local that people listen to. I don't listen to it in the mornings. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's sort of, yeah, all right, love, here, we've got a phone call now. Is that you? Jane, is that you, eh? From Hastings. Hello, Jane, how you doing, love? And then she'll say, oh, isn't it awful? Oh, it is. It's awful, isn't it? Isn't it what, eh? And I'm thinking, this is a DJ. This isn't what people want, surely. Having just listened to the genuine 60s pirate ships on YouTube. Anyway, the good old days of radio. And also the good old days of wanting things. I'm rambling on a bit. Look at the time. That's because I can speak. See, I warned you. I said, didn't I, once this shard of bone is gone, I'll be rabbiting for England. So, yes, we used to want things and we'd look forward to getting things and we'd save up for things. Now, what's brought this about is I mentioned to someone the other day, we need a couple of new sofas in our lounge. We've got 2 sofas, not armchairs. And he said, oh, a couple of new sofas, that's going to cost you. I said, no, not new. I said, we just, a couple of second-hand ones would be fine. We don't want new ones. And he said, oh, a second-hand? Well, you want other people's old furniture? And I said, no, everything we've got second-hand. Well, not everything, but most of the stuff. I said, we've got grandchildren. They come round. I don't want to say, oh, keep away from the sofa. Keep off that sofa. They're £2,000 each. Don't go on the sofa. I said, the grandkids love coming round here. We've got little ones as well. And they jump up and down on the sofa. This is a home, not a show house. It's a home. And I want people to feel welcome here. So that's what started me thinking in the old days about wanting things. You'd save up for something. You wouldn't just go and get your credit card. Well, you didn't have one then. Wouldn't get a credit card and just start, oh yeah, I'll have one of those, 2 of those, 6 of those. I want them all delivered yesterday. And I've got interest-free credit for 1,500 years. Well, they do 3 or 4 years, don't they? So it was nice looking forward to things. And another thing about looking forward and talking to Payton Place. Rawhide. Nothing to do with Payton Place, but it was on in the 60s. Rawhide at school. I think it was a Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. At school, we'd be saying on a Wednesday, Rawhide tonight, you're going to watch it? Oh, yeah, I'm going to watch it. Do you remember last week when this happened and that happened? Of course, Thursday morning, we'd all meet in the playground at school. Did you see Rawhide last night? Oh, yeah, what about that bit where this happened and that happened? It was great. We looked forward to Wednesdays and Rawhide, 8 o'clock that evening. Now you can watch what you like, when you like, which is great. But I don't know, there's nothing to look forward to unless there's a new programme, new episodes coming out. But there's nothing to look forward to. I think that's a shame. There we are. I'm just old. What else does my list say here? I think that's about it. I won't bore you anymore. Look, it's 8 minutes. This is going to turn into an hour-long episode if I'm not careful. Raise rants at protonmail.com. Email me. Isn't it lovely that I can speak? No, it's not, you're thinking. No, it's not. Turn it off. Got a cup of tea here, which I'm going to have in a minute. I shall see you on Sunday. Look after yourselves and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Keep away from the dentist. Oh, I had roofers. Bye-bye for now.